Hello, my atheist and theist friends. Life story time. Another back-to-back grind session of life stories. Been slacking here in Austin, so gotta make some videos. Friday. It's almost Friday. It's Wednesday right now. So last week's episode I filmed 2 days before you saw it. So I'm living outside, working. Off of crack. Quit seeing Elizabeth because I was a piece of shit. She had her own issues. So my friend from back when I was Jehovah Witness and got kicked out of Jehovah Witnesses day, back when I was 16, one of those people that from like part 1 of my life story. His name's Jackson. He's an alright guy. I guess have our issues, but he ends up finding out that I'm living outside, so he wants to move out there for one reason or another, and he wants to grow some weed. I don't care. I'm off of drugs, and in like a year or so, I'll be able to see my kids. Really, whatever. So we moved to a little trailer out there in this little tiny town, and I start washing dishes at Pizza Hut in this small town in North Carolina. And save our money, start trying to grow weed. We're using soil like back guano and manure and this name brand like shit. Make tea, make a fertilizer tea. Stinks. Oh, how it smell like butt, especially on feeding days. And it's hard to feed plants correctly. They grow really fast under artificial light with organics, because you can build up concentration, and then the dissolved salts like block the roots from being able to absorb nutrients. Plus, your pH can be off, and only certain nutrients can only be absorbed at certain pH scales. It's easy, I guess, to grow in soil, but it's hard to grow like a controlled product at its maximum ability without any deficiencies in soil at the same time. And we were using nothing but compact fluorescents, which save on electricity and heat, but doesn't work for flowering. I don't know if most people know this, but marijuana is a type of plant where, as long as it's receiving 17, 16, 18 hours at least of light a day, it stays in a state called vegetative. It means that it just grows leaves and stems and all that, and it stays real short. And like the more intense the blue spectrum of the light spectrum, plants absorb blue and red wavelengths at specific wavelengths. The longer you keep it under blue light and the more intense, the more dense between nodes, between side branches, the more intense the compacting of the nodes are. And you can forever, I mean, like, as long as you keep the pH and the food correctly and water without overwatering and stuff, I don't really see a plant dying or making buds, flowers, inside out flowers, is what marijuana that gets you high is. I'm sure it could last like 30 years or so. You never once produce marijuana. But what you do is you then put it in a 12-12 cycle, 12 hours of light, 12 hours of darkness, and you switch to the red spectrum, which encourages flower production and stuff like that. But it also causes the plant to bud. So I didn't know much of this. I had book smarts, but you can read all you want. You can read all you want. You got to like actually be there, and their life forms. And each species is different. And try to do too much at once, and nothing really happened. Continued to work at Pizza Hut, washing dishes, and then eventually I got an assistant manager job at the Domino's right by where I was at, and started making a little bit more money. So we moved out to a bigger place. You don't understand, like, this trailer, it had no heat and no air conditioning. It was a fire hazard, I'm sure. There was no fire alarms. The whole place was just like falling apart. There was like, you could actually see the side of the trailer actually collapse. And so we need a nicer place because I'm about to be able to call my kids for the first time. I've never met Dylan and haven't seen Elijah in over 3 years at this point. So we moved into a really nice house. I mean, bamboo flooring, 2 stories tall, built in like 2006, and this is like 2009, 2009. And I have done a lot of research at this point, and I'm pretty sure that the way we're doing it is wrong, and that I need more money. So we get a partner, a third person, for financial support, and then Jackson for financial support, and me for my third financial support, plus whatever ideas I come up with. So yeah, that's where I'll leave you. And as always, don't think like me, just think.